It's Joanne, Craigie and Paul Marsh on ArtSound FM, and today we're talking with Dingo, long-time guitarist, collaborator and partner of Kasey Chambers and a record producer. Hi Dingo, welcome to ArtSound FM.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, pretty good, thanks. You have been described by Bernard Fanning as timeless ingredients of simplicity, honesty and rawness, and you're known for your unique blended guitar playing styles. Can you describe for our listeners what your blended guitar playing style sounds like?
I thought you were going to ask me to describe Bernard Fanning.
Well, you can do that as well if you like.
Well, really interested in you though.
Yeah. My guitar style continues to evolve as I keep playing, I think. I first started playing in a band called Grizzlee Train back in high school, and it was just the two of us. My mate played the drums and I played guitar and I was singing. And for that reason, I think I was overcompensating for not having a bass player or any other members, and I played a lot. I was trying to create as much sound as I possibly could for two people. And then joining Kasey's band, which was a little over 10 years ago that I joined that band, that's a completely different style of playing. So I had to play alongside other musicians for the first time that were playing melodic instruments. I'd never played guitar alongside another guitar player, and I got to start playing alongside Bill Chambers, Kasey's dad. And I learnt so much from just those early days of not knowing what I was doing and trying to just pick up so much from what he was doing. And he was so great at teaching me how to kind of fit into that model of playing. And then I think over the years, the more that I've been writing songs and everything, I've sort of developed my own thing where it's a bit of a combination of both of those elements of my playing, where I still love to be able to create a big sound with the guitar and then also bring it right back down with dynamics and parts and riffs and that kind of thing that I learnt from playing in Kasey's band. So I think that to talk about a blended guitar style, it's really that. It's those different ways of playing and then trying to mold that into my own thing so that every time I play, I'm sort of bringing that to the table.
You've opened for the likes of international acclaimed songwriter Patty Giffen and Ian Moss, and you've just come off the highly successful Red Hot Summer Tour, touring with some of Australia's biggest names in the music industry. So looking back, what have those experiences taught you about connecting with an audience and shaping your own live shows?
Oh, that's a great question. I think that right now where I am with music and I'm able to get out in front of all these great audiences and play my own songs, I think that the reason why I feel so comfortable doing that is because I've been in such great company for such a long time, and I've been able to pick up so many things from just being on stage or being around these artists. Like you said, we just did the Red Hot Summer Tour where I was playing in Kasey's band and she was on the lineup for this tour, and it was Paul Kelly, Missy Higgins, the Cat Empire, the Cruel Sea, Jess Hitchcock and Kasey, and all of those names. We got to sort of see this show every single weekend for the last 5.5 months, and I think seeing people of that caliber and being so close to that, you've got to pick something up from it, right? And then, like you said, I got to support Ian Moss a couple of years back, and being on the road with him was incredible. I think he's one of my absolute heroes, and he didn't notice at all that I had stolen all of his guitar licks. So,
well done.
Yeah, so I think that's also a positive.
Can we talk about your new album, Dingo? So the new album, Nightwire, it's set for release, I believe, on Friday the 9th of October and available for pre-order now, which is fantastic. Congratulations. You've released the single Nightwire and also just recently another single from the album, Autumn. Can you tell us a little bit about how the album came to be and the renowned producer that you worked with?
Yeah, like you said, I've got this album coming out in October, and I'm really, really so excited for people to hear it. I love what we did. I'm so proud of this album and all of the songs. It's been a little while in the making. I have released one other album under Dingo called Dingo and the Rising River, and that was a couple of years back. And since then, I've been writing, and I've been traveling a lot and playing a lot of gigs, and writing from my experience a lot. So I think that the album really started on the road as I was kind of seeing all these different places and meeting new people and writing songs about my experiences. And then when I was finally ready to record another album, I decided that I wanted to do it at our studio on the Central Coast. I run a studio with Kasey called the Rabbit Hole Recording Studio, and I produce music out of there and I engineer in that studio. But I didn't want to produce this. I thought I love these songs, and I really could hear that they could be taken in a direction that maybe I couldn't think of, or if I could give it the full focus that it needed as an artist, a producer might be able to come in and do a really good job with this. And there's one person that I always wanted to work with on one of my own albums, and that's Jordan Power. He's a great engineer and producer in Australia. He's worked with so many great people. He's engineered records for Bruce Springsteen and Lady Gaga, and he's worked with Powderfinger and Troy Casadale. I met him on Kasey Chambers' Campfire album, which I was playing on, and that's where we first met. And then ever since then, I was like, I just want to work with this guy again. So this seemed like the perfect opportunity, and we got into our studio at the Rabbit Hole, and we got a band together, some of my favorite musicians in the country, and we started recording, and I just couldn't be happier with what we've come out with. I think Nightwire is absolutely the best product that I could have possibly produced, so I'm just really, really keen for people to hear it.
Well, and it sounds wonderful. I've had a listen to the single Autumn and Nightwire, and also you've got a cracking video that goes with it as well. So it sounds like it's all come together for you, which is great.
Oh, thanks very much. Yeah, the videos that I've done for these songs so far, I had the director Corey Hopper, he's a really good friend of mine, come in and direct it, and Josh Beveridge shot the videos. But when Corey and I kind of going over our production meetings and stuff, we always just play ping pong. That's how we have our meetings. So we just, because we're mad for it and we love it. So we thought we want it to be fun. We want the whole process to be fun. So there's no more I couldn't think of a better way to come up with an idea than have a game of ping pong and just talk about crazy things that we could do in a video.
I love that. I love ping pong as well, so I'm going to remember that.
Yeah. As the ideas get more crazy, do you find yourself putting more spin on the ball?
It's a very good excuse to get together and play ping pong for a day.
Well, look, you're going to be opening for Adam Harvey on his 25 years of working overtime tour, kicking off in May, and it includes a gig coming to our local patch the 28th of June at the Royal Hotel in Queanbeyan. So what can we expect?
Oh, mate, I just am so excited to be on this tour. I love Adam's music, and as a performer, I think he's fantastic. This show that he's put on for this tour is great. So what you can expect is a great show from Adam, and from me, I'm going to be playing a bunch of new songs from my upcoming album, and telling a bunch of stories. And if you come out to the show, I'm just really excited to meet you because I'll be coming back later in the year as well for my album launch tour. We're just putting it together at the moment. So, I'd love to meet anyone that comes out to a show and just, get to know you. And if you like the music, come back.
Sounds great. And October is looking very busy for you already. You'll also be opening for Troy Casadale and Ian Moss for select shows on their Together Alone tour. And, of course, you're on the lineup for the amazing Denny Ute Muster at Deniliquin on the 2nd and 3rd of October. And that's along with some really big names such as Tones and I, Lee Kernigan, Tyler Braden from the US, and, of course, Mossy. The list goes on. I had no idea that the muster attracts close to 20,000 people.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, what is it about the Denny Ute Muster that makes it a must-do for country music fans?
Besides the music, there's a lot of great things that are going on. I think, it's a very entertaining place to be. If you can get out there and camp, you'll be right amongst it. But the thing that I really take away from it is I feel like when you're at this festival, it feels very relaxed and family orientated. And it's a great vibe during the day, and then at the night it just turns into a great party, And I think that combination of those two things, and all the camping and all the utes and all of that. It feels very relaxed and sort of outback, down home kind of vibe, which I think it suits a lot of people that love country music. You know, you come out there and you want to have just a great time and relax and be with people that are all of the same mindset. So it's a great one. I think it's a bucket list festival for a lot of people.
Hey, listen, I wanted to ask you a non-music question, but first of all, your album's coming up. Now, where can listeners to this interview pre-order your new album?
Yeah, on my website, I've got www.dingomusicofficial.com is my website, and you can jump on there and pre-order either vinyl or CD, or you can go and pre-save it on all of the platforms if you want to.
Now, I did want to touch on something that most people wouldn't necessarily know about you, your work with Our Rainbow House, which is a charity school in Zambia, teaching music and supports local communities. So tell us a bit about how that came about.
So Our Rainbow House, it's a school in Zambia in Africa, and it's a charity organisation. It's actually run from Emerald in Queensland here in Australia. There's some amazing people that run this school. Alison Ray is the founder of it. And I've been involved with Our Rainbow House for about 7 or 8 years. I met them through Kasey Chambers. She was, getting involved with the school, and then the more that we were talking about it, the more I wanted to be involved, and I ended up going over with her a few years back, and I just fell in love with the place. It's one of my favourite places that I have ever been, and we go over there now regularly, and we teach music, and we write songs with the kids. And I've got a sponsor. I mean, it's not a sponsored child anymore. I've seen him all the way through primary school, high school, and now he's in university, and he's doing great. And I just think it's an amazing experience to get over there and to see firsthand what the donations and all the help that comes from Australia can do for the people over there, because it's not just the child that's in the school, it's the entire family that this affects. What was it, maybe 6 years ago, we took over a makeshift recording studio, and we actually wrote a bunch of songs with the kids and recorded an EP for them, and then we brought it back to Australia and we sold it as part of their fundraiser to raise more money for the school. So we're pretty heavily involved in that organisation, and we just love it. And I love that you asked me a question about that, because I love talking about Our Rainbow House.
Oh, it sounds like a great initiative. And I guess too, being over there and teaching music, no doubt you're also drawing some musical influences from the Zambian people as well.
I always think, we go over there to teach music, but I always think that we learn way more than we can teach. It's a very natural thing for their culture to be so musical. They're great singers and they've got so much rhythm. Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, that's great. Well, look, thank you for telling us about that. Also, I just wanted to say thank you so much for joining us on ArtSound FM, Dingo, and we wanted to wish you all the best with your forthcoming album release, Nightwire. So when you do get your tour details nailed down, perhaps we can you can let us know about that, and maybe we can have another chat. Hope that you'll be coming to Canberra. That would be really good for our listeners. Yeah, so all the best with your busy touring schedule over the next few months. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks very much, Dingo.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.